At least 27 people have died in Ira County, New York, in severe winter storm that has hit much of the United States in recent days. County officials said Monday, bringing the national death toll to 49. Most of the loss of life occurred in around Buffalo of the shores of Lake Ira in western New York and standing cold and heavy lake-effect snow, the result of cold air moving over warmer-like waters, continued throughout the holiday weekend. Ira Country exclusive Mark Polankat said the confirmed death toll from the storm rose to 13 on Sunday. From 3 reported overnight the Buffalo area. Among the latest victims, some were found in cars and snowdrifts. Polankat said, adding to the death toll was likely to rise. The updated death toll in Ira Country, which include the city of Buffalo in the parts of western New York, remained buried under up to 43 inches of snow, causing vehicles to get stuck and cut off power to thousands of people during the Christmas holidays. Total a month later, a historical blizzard in the region.
This is intense. Just walking through this is a lot.
Joshua, man, how we doing?
While driving bans have been laughing in some communities on such order remains in place in Buffalo, Polankat said, describing the city as impossible in most areas, with abandoned cars scattered all over the place. Despite this, Ira Country Sheriff urged residents to stay at home. He told CNN to keep the roads clear for emergency crews. Even the emergency vehicle sent to the rescue got stuck in the snow as rescue, and hundreds of snowplow drivers found it out on Christmas Day. 11 abandoned ambulances were dug on Sunday, officials said. We had to send specialized rescue teams to pick up rescuers. Polankat told, adding that is what the war storm in the country remember. It was just terrible, and it was terrible for 24 hours straight. We are used to the snow here, we can handle the snow, he said, but with the wind we building views. It was told witness and the intense cold. It was some of the worst condition any of you have ever seen. The storms have been widely compared to the famous Buffalo blizzard on 1977. Polankat said that the press conference on Monday that the current storm is stronger was worse than in 1977 blizzard. That a news conference on Sunday, New York Governor Kathy Hochul called the storm the more destructive storm in Buffalo long history. Hundreds of national group troops have been deployed to assist with the rescue efforts in New York. By Sunday, state police were involved in more than 500 rescue, including childbirth, Hochul said. On Monday, Hochul reiterated her plea to residents to monitor local traffic shutdowns so officials can continue to clear and sprinkle roads and rebuild dozens of cars she said were abandoned. A deadly snowstorm paralyzed Buffalo, New York on a Christmas Day. Trapped motorists and the rescuing their vehicles, leaving thousands of homes without power and adding to the death toll from Hurricane Bear that have frozen much of the United States for days. At least 13 people have died in U.S. weather-related incident, and U.S. News estimated as much of the country is gripped by severe frost combined with snow, ice and howling winds from a growing storm that rolled through the Great Lakes. A brutal winter storm has killed at least 34 people in the United States, and the death toll is likely to rise as some motorists remain looking in their vehicles, energized several hundred thousand homes and businesses. The city of Buffalo and its surrounding on the shores of Lake Erie in western New York State account of most of the loss of life and the shut, stunning cold and heavy lake effect snow in the result of cold air moving over the warmer waters of the lake. The intensity of current storm is associated with the exceptionally severe mid-latitude storm of a bomb cyclone, which intensified dramatically as its way from Indiana into Ontario and Quebec between Tuesday and Friday afternoon. During this time, the storm's pressure dropped by about 35 millibars, while above the weather bomb threshold of 24 millibars in 24 hours. The lower is pressure, the stronger the storm. The storm spiraling of the eastern Canada created a storm ring field that affected much of the eastern United States with a strong gas and very cold air. As strong winds blare over the relatively warm waters of Great Lakes, intense, very persistent lake effect snow lanes form. Wind gusts in the area were as high as 75 millihours according to the newspaper. As the expert predicted, 15 to 55 inches of snow could fall in some communities after the storm ends. While these blizzards cooled the worst blizzards in Buffalo history, the terrible combination of heavy snowfall, extreme winds, and extreme cold be unprecedented. Buffalo endures some blizzard that the National Weather Service and Live Theater in counts on the generation and crippling. The storms is far from over in as the National Guard and the first responders attempt to contact hundreds and hundreds people. The blizzard warning remained the effect until Christmas morning. It caught very well and up of the worst storm in the city history, not so much because of the element of the snow is produced, but because of the harsh combination of snow, extreme winds, and extreme cold. The weather service predicted another 1 to 3 feet of snow will be before Sunday morning. John Powell, who was the being chief meteorologist of the CBS of late in Buffalo for 31 years and currently was the weather for the Buffalo News, said he not seen everything like this in 38 years living in this era. The blizzard of 85 paralyzed of people, but this is the worst. He warned a text message. The storm had gusts of over 50 magnitude. It had a lot of gusts over 65 and some over 17. It's a monster.